Let's say we have a project like a web or a mobile app, and this project is dependent on the code in a few other projects. When we want to compile or build our project, all these dependencies should be compiled in the right order. But how do we find the right order? Using a graph. So here the P represents our project. Let's say this project is dependent on two other libraries or projects, one for image manipulation, the other for data encryption. So in order for us to build the P, first we should build the A and the B. However, both these projects are dependent on another project that provides a bunch of reusable building blocks. That's the X here. So in order for us to build our project, first we have to build the X, followed by the A and the B, and then the P, right? This is what we call topological sorting, and it's actually one of the common interview questions. With the topological sorting algorithm, we can figure out the right order that we need to process the nodes of a graph. In this example, our nodes represent projects. Another application is in scheduling jobs. If you have a bunch of jobs that are dependent on each other, we can use the topological sorting algorithm to come up with the right order to perform these jobs. Now, a couple of things you need to know about this algorithm. First is that it doesn't produce unique results. So if we topologically sort this graph, we can get X, A, B, P or X, B, A, P. What we'll get depends on how we have implemented this algorithm. So there are different ways to topologically sort a graph. Another thing you need to know is that this algorithm only works on graphs without a cycle. For example, if we add a link between the P and the X, we're essentially saying that in order to build the P, we should build the X first, but the X can only be built if the P is built first. It doesn't make sense. So this algorithm works on graphs without a cycle. We call these graphs directed acyclic graphs, or DAG for short. Acyclic means without a cycle. So our graphs should be directed and acyclic. Now let's see how this algorithm works. We pick a node and do a depth-first traversal. Let's say we start with the X. It doesn't matter where we start. So we visit the X, followed by the A and the P. Our recursion stops here because the P doesn't have any children or neighbors. And that means there are no projects or nodes that are dependent on this node. So this node should be the last node when we topologically sort a graph, okay? So the idea of this algorithm is that if we do a depth-first traversal in our graph, eventually we'll find nodes that don't have any outgoing edges, which means other nodes are not dependent on them. So when calculating the order, these nodes should be towards the end. In contrast, nodes that have outgoing edges and are basically on top of the hierarchy should come first. We use a stack to implement this algorithm. So using a depth-first traversal, we go deep in our graph and add a node to our stack. As we come back up, we add the current node to the stack if we have visited all of its children. Let's see this in action. So we added the P to our stack. Now we go back. We get to the A. We have visited all the children or the neighbors of the A, so we put the A onto our stack as well. Now back to the X. We haven't visited all the children of the X, so we cannot add it to our stack yet. We have to visit them all. So we go to the B and then the P. But we have already visited the P, so we go back. Now we are at the B. We have visited all the children of the B, so it's time to add the B to our stack. Now back to the X. We have visited all the children of the X, so we add the X to the stack. Now, if we pop our stack until it's empty, these nodes are going to come out in the right order. So with this algorithm, we go deep in our graph and find nodes that don't have any outgoing edges. Now, what if we started our traversal from the P? We wouldn't be able to visit any other nodes, so our algorithm wouldn't work then. Well, this is actually very easy to solve. We can use a for loop and do a depth-first traversal on each node. With this, we'll eventually visit every node in this graph. So here's what I want you to do. Build the graph that you saw in this video, add all the nodes and edges, then add a new method to the graph class called Topological sort. This method should return a list of strings. Now, this is going to be our public method. We also need a private method that does all the recursive work. This private method is going to be very similar to this method, traverse depth first. However, in this method, when we visit a node, we print it on the console. But when we are doing topological sorting, we're not going to print that node on the console. We're just going to mark it as visited. Then we're going to recursively visit all its children. And then we're going to push it onto a stack. With this algorithm, nodes that are deep in our hierarchy are going to end up at the bottom of our stack. These are the nodes that are dependent on a lot of other nodes. So spend 15 to 20 minutes on this, and then come back see my solution.